All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. Mandate from God here, basically, to create the greatest prosperity period in the history of this world. And this is our first live webinar going directly to the public. Me and my growth partners, we're pretty excited about this. We're using a new platform called Restreaming, so just work with us while we figure out the technical difficulties. But the bottom line is we're going to get you the information today. I'm really excited about it. All right, good deal. JT, I see you. Gotcha, cool. All right, just let me know if you guys can hear me clearly, and then I'll just go straight into the PowerPoint really from here. I'm not able to upload it here, but I'll just go straight into going over it. Just let me know you can hear me. All right, can you hear me? All right, perfect. Good deal. All right, now that I know you guys can hear me, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and move forward, okay? So pretty much for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of go over the PowerPoint presentation here that we've created. So more or less, it's like Heaven and Earth International. We want to use this as an opportunity to really explain to you, like, how this came about and what is our purpose, and how we can use this platform, this organization, to really help you transform your life. So with that being said, let's get into it. So Heaven and Earth International, this is an organization like I've been doing these daily videos now since January 7th of last year. And, doing these videos every single day, it's like, I think I want to say it was maybe about August or July last year. We was like, man, how can we make this more of an organization where we can include more people in this process? you know and that's where Heaven and Earth came about. And thankfully, I met up with one of my growth partners, Aaron Webb. You get a chance to meet him as we go through the presentation here. And pretty much, he was able to help me basically structure this. And as time goes by, we added another growth partner who's been very instrumental in helping us develop this, Jaleel Thompson. So you'll definitely get to hear these people's name a lot more moving forward. And again, this is our first time using the software Restreaming, but hey, at the end of the day, I just want to really help you get the information, people. So this can really help you to transform your life, help you create your amazing life here. So with that being said, it's like, what is Heaven and Earth International? It's definitely, basically, it's like it's creating a safe space that can actually create a path to help people to grow towards their amazing future that they're looking to create. And a big portion of that really is like, for me, even though it's kind of shocking, it's like I've never really been mostly like a religious person for most of my life, but it's like this is an organization that's definitely driven by faith. I feel like December 2021 is like, that is when I got the vision. I was in Jamaica, and it's like I was at a rough point in my life, and it's like this was a space where, for 3 days straight, I did nothing but just thinking how to resolve a lot of the challenges and issues that I was having in my personal life. And during that period, it's like at the end of it, with that 4 day span, it's like I woke up that Saturday morning, and it's like everything made sense to me. And I remember me just sharing my experience with my sister while I was in Jamaica about how, I have this vision of how I'm here to really change the world. And so anyways, coming back to this here, is that definitely is driven by faith. Heaven and Earth International is that we understand that success is definitely not accidental. You have to be deliberate about pursuing your goals. Our membership basically offers like a fast track to success for those people that feel stuck, not really motivated or not really sure about what to do. That's where this organization coming is, to help you fill that void. We help passionate individuals to set measurable goals, develop powerful habits, as well as develop their characteristics so that they can actually manifest their dream lives. We do have a 4-step process to help to manifest that, and I'll get into that a little bit further as I go through this here. So what I will say is this, like what I did basically about maybe, like I said, about August, September last year, it took me and my growth partners a few months to really figure out like, okay, I knew my life was changing and it was like I was growing, business wise, just becoming a better business owner, just being like a better person overall. And I wanted to reflect on figuring out like what was the system or what was I doing that really was making a big difference in my life. And basically, that's where we developed the empowered mind system. With the empowered mind system is where we created a 4-step process. It's basically a 4-phase process that we take anybody through, regardless of your background, your experience. It really doesn't matter. Is that if a person really go through these phases, then at the end of it is where they're really living, they're improved, a better version of their lives. So the first phase of it is where we help people to create goals. Is where we basically create like affirmations that they can use, read on a daily basis for 15 minutes inside in the mirror. And as they read this affirmation, what happens is that it's really painting the future of what they want. So it's like whatever goals you have, you have to create affirmation that will help you to manifest that. The empowered mind system, I don't want to go into too much detail here, but it's also going to help you to develop the characteristics of a great leader. It's also going to help you to establish like really good work habits, like great habits, and those habits and characteristics is what's going to help you to develop the last and 4th phase, which is creating a winning routine, like creating a routine that will actually manifest the goals that you're going after. Now, why does goals even matter in the first place? I think you really got to understand this because it's really powerful. It's like, let's just say, for example, I'm in Maryland and let's say I'm going to New York. Let's say that's the goal. I'm just giving you an analogy here so you can get it. It's like you must have a destination in mind of where you want to go. And that's the whole purpose of a goal, is to give you a destination, because once you have a destination, then there's obviously literal path that you can take to get there. It's like, again, I use the example going to New York. Okay, I'm going to New York. That's the destination. That's my goal. So obviously there's certain path. I take 95 straight up all the way, take me straight to New York. You know what I mean? Or depending on where you at, there's different routes you got to take. So my point that I'm trying to get at is that you must have a goal in mind, because that's what's going to determine the path that you're going to take on how to get to your destination, which is accomplishing your goal. Another reason why it's great to have goal is that it definitely help you with being motivated and staying motivated so that you can do what's necessary to accomplish your goals. Because having a destination in mind, that's great, but you actually got to take action to move towards getting closer to that destination. And that's why motivation is like really critical in making that happen. It's taking step-by-step, actions that's going to lead you to that destination. And again, that's why you need that motivation to help you do that and make that happen. The third part of goal that why I love goals is that it really helps you to stay focused. Is that it really allow you to zero in on where you're going so you don't get distracted as easily. Because people that don't have goals, if you look at them, they always changing. You know what I mean? One time they doing this, next time they doing that, because they never had a direction in mind. It's like there's an old saying, a ship without a destination is bound to either land on the rocks or get lost. So you definitely always want to have a direction in mind of where it is that you are going. All right, next one here, goal structure. Definitely the biggest thing is that I'm very big on visualization. Like once you realize that as human beings, we think in pictures. So you have to really get good at creating a vision of what does that goal look like? What does that really look like, So it's like, it's not enough to say, hey, I want to be ABC. You have to define, like, in the future, what does that really look like for you? Like, for example, of course, you want a better life. That's everybody. But what does that look like? It's like, Where do you live? You know, what are you doing in regards to work? What does your habits look like in regards to your health? I think there's three main areas of your life that I encourage everybody to set goals in regards to. I think number one is finances. You know, it's like at the end of every day, it's at the end of the day, everything that we do costs money. So it's like you can't neglect it. You know, it's like you want to make that a goal where you really planning to have the finances you want. Listen, when I share this with you, I know just like I'm looking at this screen right now, I have a mandate from God to create a million millionaires. And I've been, you know, that's been my mindset for over a year now. And that's what I know I'm here to accomplish. So my saying to any and everybody, and even the people under my voice right now, is that I really want you to think, why not you? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, seriously, why not you? So if that haven't been a goal for you before, again, there's three areas, and I'm just giving you some ideas here. Is that finances? What does that look like for you? You know, my suggestion is set a goal. I am grateful now that I am a millionaire. Why not? Right? Another goal that I recommend for everybody to have is I think that you need to have a goal in regards to relationship. I think the greatest blessing that God can give anybody is a great companion. So therefore, you want to set a goal for that. So it's like, you know, I also believe that the highest level of commitment that any relationship can have is marriage, you know? So in regards to that, my suggestion for you is to set a goals in regard to that. I am grateful now that I'm married to the person of my dream, you know. So obviously whatever that looks like, you get to create that. That's the beautiful thing, man, is that the most powerful thing about goals is that you can set a goal and make things, you can create anything you want. Like we have that ability, people, is we have the ability to create anything we want, man. So that's two so far. Here's the next one that I would suggest is health and fitness. At the end of the day, I don't care how successful a person is, if they don't have good health, then it's useless, you know? So it's like, I believe that everyone should have a goal for their health and fitness also. So one of the affirmation you can have for that, because goals to me is affirmations. It ain't just a future thing. It's like, I don't want to jump into that just yet. I want to finish this one first. So basically the third part of it is health and fitness. I'll give you an example for that. I am grateful now that I'm in excellent health and is in the best shape of my life. You know, it's like I say things like this, people, because here's what I realized, and I want to share this with you right now. See, goal is not a destination per se. I mean, that's the way we've been taught growing up, but I'm giving you a different perspective on goals. See, what I've come to realize from experience is that the universe and life don't give you what you want. It doesn't give you what you think you deserve. It gives you what you believe that you are right now. Therefore, you want to make sure that the affirmations that I'm stating to you, those are your state of being. Those are the things that you're speaking into existence. You know what I'm saying? By you saying it, that I am grateful now, you're literally saying that you are those things right now. Now, first, you're not necessarily going to believe it. You know what I mean? Because it's like saying, hey, I'm grateful now that I'm a millionaire. I understand there's a process for that, you know, where, it's going to take you a period of time before you believe it. You know what I mean? So it's like you're going to work through that process. But the key, though, is making sure that you affirm these goals every single day in front of the mirror, where you start them off by saying, I am grateful now that I am blank. Whatever you want in your life, people, I'm telling you the answer to it. Literally write those phrases out and affirm them every single day, 15 minutes in front of the mirror. Okay. Anyway, actions is the last part of goal structure. So the first part, again, number one for goal structure is vision. Get busy creating a mental picture of what it is that you want. What does that look like? You know, if are you traveling the world? Are you a business owner? And if you are, like, what type of business owner are you? Like, I want you to start envisioning these things. I want you to fast forward 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Where would you like to be? That's that destination I'm talking about, people. That time is going to pass anyway. Why not create the amazing life that you want right now by starting to do some of these things I'm sharing with you, and then work towards that daily? until it manifests itself in your life. So the first part was vision. That's the mental vision. The second part was goals. And that's where, again, I just gave you those affirmations in those three areas. And actionable steps is where you're going to take action steps every single day, like literally part of your routine that you're going to develop with time is that you're going to create literal actionable steps that you can take that bring you one step closer to your goal. And here's something I want to say real quick about that. I don't want you to overwhelm yourself. Like, realize this. It's like there's a whole cliche. Everybody knows it. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Look at it like this. If there's 1,000 steps to get to the destination of where your goal is, that amazing life that you're working towards, then just realize that every single step you take is literally bringing you one step closer to your goal, which is what you want. So anyway, those are the actions basically, and that's ongoing. The cool thing is, by you affirming your goals every single day in front of the mirror, stare yourself in the eye. My suggestion is do it as soon as you wake up, because that's when your mind is the most receptive to information. So that's when you want to do it, is when you first wake up, get in front of the mirror, write your affirmations down. I just gave you the verbiage on how to say it. I am grateful now that I am blank. Any and everything you want in your life, people, literally, this is how you create it. Words, people, is how you create things. You speak things into being. Okay. Anyway, smart goal setting. So anyways, being specific. Obviously, you want to be very clear. Just like the example I gave you. I'm going to New York. I'm not just going north. I made it very specific. I'm going to New York, so I got to follow the direct path to get there. Measurable in the sense that, okay, you definitely want to, those are referring more or less to the actionable steps that you could take right now. It's like, imagine it's like I said, let's say it's 1,000 steps to get to your destination. Well, we're not going to worry about all the steps right now. You worry about the next 1 or 2 or 3 steps, the ones that you can see literally right now that you need to take. That's you taking measurable action that you control, that's going to move you one step closer to your goal. Achievable, I'm going to say this to you. Whatever your mind can conceive is what you can and will achieve. You know what I'm saying? So realistic is relative. So it's like achievable is this. Whatever you stay focused on in your mind is what will manifest itself. You got to realize that your thoughts are real things. Whatever you think is what you become. So it's like I'm sharing with you that I want you to become the goals you speak of. So I want you to write these affirmations out, and over time, you're going to start believing that they're achievable. I know that. At first, not really. It might take you 3 months, 6 months. Just simply affirm the things you want, and then it will manifest, the achievability. You'll start believing it over time. And then it'll get to the point where there's another level beyond belief where I actually want to make this point. So I'm going to make this real clear. So it's like what happened is this. When you say something that's drastically different than your normal, it's going to take you a period of time for you to believe it. Now, believing it simply means that you would refer to it in the third person, in the sense that you believe that it's possible. It might take you 3 months to believe that you can be a millionaire, or 6 months. I don't care if it takes you a year, but however long it takes you for you to get to that point where you believe it, that's an achievement. Hey, achieve that. Now you believe that it's possible. At least you didn't believe it was possible before, but you do now. At some point you will. And once you get to the point where you believe that it's possible, then the next step is that you continue to keep affirming the goals that you're saying every single day. And what happened is the next level beyond belief is that you will no longer just believe these things, that the words that are coming out your mouth, you will actually know that the words that are coming out your mouth that's your reality. It goes from belief to knowing, where you know that you're going to accomplish, being a millionaire or whatever the heck that is, a great mom, a great dad, a great businessman. Whatever those goals are, they will not only be believable, but the next step beyond believable is knowing, people. And I want you to get that. So anything is achievable as long as you affirm them over time. As far as relevance goes, I say this when it comes to goal setting. Definitely, you want to make sure that it's something that you're really and truly passionate about, Make sure it's things that's aligned with your value, like what is important to you. I want you to be fully aware of that stuff, like how relevant is it? And as far as like time bound, it's like I was saying is that I want you to focus not necessarily on some future time. I want you to get present to the fact that focus on believing or saying that you are those things right now. Because I want you to remember this, people. This is the biggest lesson you get tonight, is that goals are not a future things. The universe do not give you what you think you deserve. It doesn't give you what you think you want. It only gives you what you believe that you are right now. So the work really comes in to the fact that, it's for you to believe it, really and truly. It's for you to believe the things that you're saying. So anyways, that's that. Time bound, don't get too caught up in let it manifest when it manifests. Every single day, you just simply focus on what? The things you control. Control your actions. You control that. So every single day, focus on the actions you need to take, which is the next step that brings you one step closer to your goal. All right, next one here. This one just kind of breaks down like, taking actions, how to go about that. Now, taking actions, obviously, you gotta be very good at planning. It's like the better you get at planning, it's like the more organized you are about the things you're doing, is the more productive you become. Because if you're just winging things and there's no structure to it, then that's counterproductive because it's not going to yield much result. So you want to get in a habit of like, okay, start mentally, number one, thinking about the actions you need to take. That is your plan. Again, I keep going back to the example, but I want you to see it. It's like, okay, great, I'm going to New York. How am I going to get there? I'm planning. So I'm visualizing in my mind, what's the best way? Do I want to catch the train? Do I want to fly? Do I want to drive? See, my point is that when you know the end goal that you want, then the plan will manifest itself because you're going to start seeing visually the plan that it's going to take for you to get there. And even though you might not know the whole plan, at least you'll know enough to get you started and get you going, So anyways, that's that. Next one is basically, as far as taking action, is getting the habit of scheduling what you're going to be doing. It's like what I've realized is that the difference between you right now and you accomplishing every single thing that you want in life, which is accomplishing your goal, is basically your routine. So that's where you got to get good at basically the actions that you're doing. You got to get to the point where the actions that you need to take to manifest your goals, you have to incorporate those actions right now and make those actions a habit. As you plan it out, that becomes your routine, and your routine becomes your habit. And once it becomes a habit, people, you don't have to think about the things you do habitually. Like every single day, you don't think about driving a car or whatever you do on a regular basis. Why? Because you do it every day. So it's like, I want you to get good at literally just really getting in the habit of scheduling or planning. What am I going to do? So from the time you get up, I want you to get in the habit of figuring out like, okay, what is your routine? What are you doing per day? And is that routine conducive to you accomplishing your goal? Because if it's not conducive, then at that point, you got to figure out what you got to tweak. I'll give you some suggestion on that. For one, number one, when I get up in the morning time, I pray, people. That's the most important thing about my day. I pray first, and then I get into my affirmations. I do my affirmations for 15 minutes straight, staring in front of the mirror. I started off with 5. Now I'm up to like almost 20, because think about it. We're not one dimensional. We have, our professional life, our family life. We have all these different lives and all these different dimensions to us. So it's like you can create affirmations for all those areas of your life, so you want to affirm the things you want, which is your goal, which leads to the actions. But my point that I'm trying to get at, though, is that for your schedule, for your routine, is get in the habit of figuring out what are you doing from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. If you have never done this, I want you to do this. I want you to be very present, especially in the morning time. What are you doing from the time you get up till you go to your job or your business? And if you don't have enough time in there where you're learning and developing yourself, well, that's the problem. You got to include that in your routine. You must include a section of time for yourself, which, if you ask me, you're the most important person in this entire equation. you're more important than your job and all these other things, because the more you develop yourself is the easier life get and the better you get at every single area of your life as you're focusing on developing yourself. So part of your morning routine, if you haven't don't have this in there yet, is I'm suggesting for you to carve out 30 minutes. There's 30 minutes every single day where I'm studying something in relation to what I'm pursuing right now, which is to master the stock market. That's my thing. So every single day for half an hour, what am I doing? I'm studying charts. I'm watching videos that's teaching me something new. I'm applying things that I need to practice. My point is that in order for you to create your amazing life, people, is that you have to create the space and time for you to develop yourself in those regards. Because here's why. The difference between who you are right now and the amazing human being that you're working on being is that you are working on basically becoming the person that would have those things. The reason you don't have your amazing life right now is because you haven't developed yourself to be the amazing person just yet that would have and manifest and keep those things. So the first step, a lot of what the world teaches is that we need to basically be trying to study all these things around us. And it's like really and truly is we must develop ourselves first. And the way you develop yourself, I keep going back to it. Number one is the 4-step process that I went through. And that's what I'm sharing with you here. With Heaven and Earth International, what we deliver on with people is first and foremost, help you to find a goal you're passionate about, right? And once you do that, again, you're going to work on developing your characteristics. Why? Because that's necessary. In order for you to live your amazing life, you have to become an amazing human being, which means you got to develop characteristics of a great leader. You know, it's like anybody that's going for any level of massive success or big success or going after a big goal is that you must develop the characteristics of a great leader. So that's what we're going to work with you on, is work with you on developing great characteristics, you know, being a person of integrity, leading by example. You know, it's like there's many more there, but my point is we're going to help you develop that. The next thing here is obviously, again, the habits, like I share with you, is what I was just breaking down for you, is that you must create a routine, which is daily actions that you take, which is conducive towards you accomplishing your goals. For one, I share with you, I don't care if it's 10 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day, you should be reading or watching videos or something that's going to help you master whatever it is that you're pursuing, whether it's for your finances, whether it's for your health and wellness, whether you study about that, or how to be a better significant other for somebody else. You know what I mean? You want to attract an amazing person, well, dang it, you got to be an amazing person yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want you to work on you, people. It's like you're going to university here. Okay. So anyways, that's the taking action. I'm kind of going around, running off on a tangent there, but I think it's pertinent to you developing the action that's going to guarantee manifest the things you want. Here's the fourth component to that, is that you must have accountability. You know, it's like you must have accountability, man. It's like one of the biggest things that our organization offer is really to hold people accountable. You know, it's like we want to know what your goals are. Not only are we helping you to create it, but we want to be able to actually help guide you as far as coming up with the next step. Because again, you don't need to know completely how to get there. All you need to know is what's next. Because if you keep knowing what's next, then again, you can do that. And that makes it simple anyways. If you know the next 1 to 3 steps, man, you're already winning. Let's do that. But accountability wise, we're here to check in with you. Hey, how we doing on that? You know, and if you don't hit it, then hey, we're here to help you and figure that out. Okay. Anyways, that's all about taking action. Let's move on to the next one. Now we're talking about overcoming procrastination. Listen to me. Everybody suffers from this to a degree, you know? And it's like, I'm just going to share with you some techniques that I believe and know will help you to overcome your procrastinations. Number one is break things down into simple steps. And that's kind of what I've been elaborating on, is that when you have a big goal, it's easy to get caught up in the result, the end part of it. And it's like when you get caught up into that, the problem with that is that you miss the little steps that you got to take. So it's like you think of your big vision that you have in mind, And then once you figure that out, then you release it into the universe. Let the universe handle that, you know? And then what you do is you simply bring it back to the present. Okay, that's where I'm going. This is where I'm at. How do I go? Where do I go from here? So I'm not going to worry about driving all the way to New York. I'm going to worry about, okay, cool. What's the first destination? Bam. I want to go to Baltimore. I'm going to pass through Baltimore. That's on my way. That's a milestone marker. That's that. So that's that first step. Small, measurable step along the way. Me getting to Baltimore is moving me a lot closer to New York. Then the next step, where's the next stop? Okay, maybe it's Delaware. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's Jersey. Whatever it is, I'm just saying is that you want to break down your big goals into small steps, measurable steps, small stuff that you can handle, and focus on the things you can control, the things you can handle. Break all your goals down to simple steps. And if you don't know all the steps, focus on what? The first, second, and third step. What are those next three things? Focus on that. Next is definitely eliminate distractions. You know, create an environment that allow you to focus on your goals. And that's easier said than done, because it's like people is bombarded with by so much everything all day long. It's like, think about it. You watch news, that's nothing but negativity, man. It's like, what I've come to realize, people, and I want to share this with you, is this, is that to attract the things you want in life is that you must get on a high frequency. And high frequency, you can only operate in a high frequency as you attract more positivity to you. Because negativity is low frequency. Low frequency, unfortunately, they do not connect with your goals. They will not connect with that amazing life that you're looking to create. Now, high frequency, on the other hand, is where you get in the habit of attracting positivity to you. And I really want to share that with you. So to me, it's like, I want you to really connect with positive energy. For one, I don't watch news, people. I'm not telling you don't have to do that, but I'm just telling you what works for me. Because it's nothing but bad news and negativity. And it's like the world is designed where program people to be in fear and distrust each other and all these things, man. And it's like, those to me are distractions. It's like you want to focus on your goal. Get like focus on what it is that you want. What do you want? Let's start there. And as you focus on that, the more you focus on it, what's going to happen over time, and I'm sharing this with you because I know it from experience, is a lot of the distractions will start fade off, because whatever you give your attention to is what you gravitate towards. You manifest the things you focus on. So you focus on your goals. What do you want? And focus on that every single day. Wake up thinking about your goals. I mean, you almost, I don't want to say obsessed about your goals, but it's like every single day I'm focused on what it is. What are we working? What am I working on? What are we working towards? What are we looking to accomplish? And then definitely set up a reward system. You know, like I treat myself. I reward myself. As I continue to grow, I find ways to reward myself. Like some of the things I do is definitely isolation tank twice a month. That to me is like a really big treat, because it's like it gives me a chance to really be in a mental space where I can really think about anything. I can create anything I want with my mind in that tank. It's really to me like a massive think tank, you know? But celebrate small wins, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you treat yourself out, you know what I mean? Like literally, shoot, take yourself out. If you ain't got no significant other, do that. I don't know, whatever makes you happy, people. I want you to find things that makes you truly happy and reward yourself for those things as you continue on this journey, because that's what it is. It's a marathon. It's a journey. And I didn't say it before, but I want to say this right now. In essence, man, the biggest lesson and breakthrough that I've ever had is realizing that success is not a destination, but instead the journey. It's a process. You know, I think it was Earl Nightingale that said it, because up until I heard him say this, I used to think of goals as just a destination and success as the result. Not really. Success is this: if you got a goal in mind that you're working towards every single day, just realize that you are succeeding and winning every single day. I challenge you and I want you to have that perspective, people. I want you to have that, because when you realize that you're literally winning every single day, that you take one step closer to your goal, you already know what's going to happen. If you keep taking steps, I don't care how big or how small, you're bound to get there sooner than later, right? And then be accountable. I want you to share your goals. Listen to me. You know, there's an old saying that everybody talks about, but obviously it doesn't work. Where they're saying, hey, don't share your goals, don't do that. Listen to me. 95% of the people in this world, I don't make the statistics up, I just happen to know them and I'm sharing them with you, don't have goals. And, you know, I don't want to say average, but kind of it is average. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have a goal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to be accountable to change that, I know that we have to share our goals with others. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I encourage people to speak their goals to the world. Why not? What do you got to lose? You know what I'm saying? Especially in our community, it's like we're like-minded people that's literally working on attaining their goals every single day. So it's like when we do meet, which we meet once a week on Thursdays, for our weekly webinar, this is where you come back and recharge, man. It's like, this is where we get to, you know, share something new that can feed your spirit and also get to really answer your questions. And if you have something that you know, something that you're stuck on, this is the space. Let's bring it up and let's address it, because the same struggles and challenges that you have, just realize and know that a lot of other people have the same exact problem. You know, and that's why I share my life so freely, because I know that you can relate to a lot of the things that I'm saying, because we have similar experiences. And by me sharing this with you, not only does it hold me accountable as I share my goals, but it also help you because I'm sharing something that you can practice in your life. All right. So anyways, that's overcoming up procrastination. Here's the next one. The next one is basically staying motivated, because, you know, it's like the best way I can break this down, it's like every year you got New Year resolution. And it's like when people do every year, everybody got all these goals. I'm gonna lose 20 pounds in the gym. I'm gonna do A, B, C, D. And it's like by the end of January, man, we'd be lucky if we make it to February. Majority of those people fall off. And they fall off because they did not stay motivated. So my encouragement and inspiration for you today is to stay motivated. Stay motivated. And I got a few ideas on how you can make that happen. So the first way you can do that, definitely number one, is I want you to get in the habit of, again, visualizing your success. I want you to visualize, what does that look like? You know, like, again, I keep using practical example, like, where do you live? Where do you want to live? Excuse me. Where do you want to send your kids? How many vacations do you want to take a year? I want you to think about these things, people, because the more you visualize exactly what it is that you want without realizing it, is that the realer it becomes. See, you got to realize that as human beings, we think in pictures. So it's like if I say, hey, you know, can you get that phone off the refrigerator? You don't realize it because it happens this fast. Is that mentally, before you move, you visually saw the refrigerator I'm referring to, and the dang phone, what it looks like. So, and then you take action. So it's like the clearer you can visualize the things that you want, the easier it is for you to take action in that regards, because it's like you're no longer lost. It's like having a clear vision of visualizing where it is that you're going. It's like there's not a lot of gray area. It's not like trying to see through a fog. You know what I'm saying? And that's the equivalence of not visualizing your goals. It's like it's hard to see through a fog. You drive through fogs, you know what that's like. It's hard to see. But if you can visualize clear as day, like exactly what do you want, where you're going, then it's so much easier for you to take action, because you can see clear as day where it is that you're going. So that's visualizing success. I want you to get busy practicing using your imagination on a daily basis, where you consciously, intentionally visualize the things that you want. That's one way to stay motivated. Here's the second way. The second way is your positive self-talk. I really want you to realize that if you really listen to the things that you say about yourself, is you realize that more times than not, maybe you do it because you're trying to fit in with others or whatever the case is. But most people's self-talk, if they're being honest with themselves, is not positive. What I'm encouraging you to do is to be, first of all, conscious of what you're saying to yourself. What are you saying about yourself? How do you speak about yourself? How do you refer when you're talking to others about yourself? You should only speak about yourself in, positive light. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a great, you're a hard worker, you're a great business person. Like, I want you to get in the habit of saying things nice about yourself. You're very smart, you're very intelligent, you're powerful, you're wise. I want you to say these things. I want you to say them like the freaking mantras. I want you to say this every single day to yourself. Because the more you get in the habit of affirming positive things about yourself, number one, you're going to feel better. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like lightness and it's like light and darkness. They can't be in the same room at the same time. It's either going to be light or darkness. So what happened is, it's like right now, if your state of being with your self-talk is negative, what happened is you just got to start somewhere. Start saying positive things about yourself. I am wise. I am great. I am powerful and wise. I am a great teacher. I am a great student. I am anything. Start it off with I am. Start affirming those things about yourself like mantras. Matter of fact, I'll give you an assignment now. Write down at least 5 to 10 things that you could say to yourself when you find yourself having negative self-talk. I want you to literally change that up. I want you to start saying out loud, because as you speak the words, I want you to get this again. Words is how you create. When God created the earth, what did he say? He said, let there be light, let there be this, let there be that. Every single thing he said out of his mouth, boom, whatever he said, there it was. Same thing here, people. God lives inside of you. You have the power, man. It's all inside of you. I want you to tap into that and start creating with your words. I want you to self-talk with positive mantras. Get in the habit of doing that for yourself. Next one is find inspiration. You want to find, for the longest time, for years, even before this breakthrough in Jamaica, it's like I used to listen to a lot of motivational speakers. Like my favorite, man, at the end of the day, is Bob Proctor, though. Like, this guy, I really feel like, man, this one of them few people, like, he really add whatever that it thing is, So you want to find like people that you can relate to, that inspires you, that motivates you to be the greatest and most amazing you that you can be. Find people that will help you stay motivated. Whoever, I don't care who, you just got to figure that out for you. For everybody, it's different, but I want you to find people that when you listen to them, you find yourself being motivated, inspired, because without motivation, people, unfortunately, you won't take the actions that are necessary. So again, these are ideas and suggestions that you can use to not only find motivation, but to stay motivated. So I'm going to repeat them again. So how do you stay motivated? Number one, visualize success. Figure out what that looks like for yourself. Number two is your positive talk. I want you to get in the habit of ignoring your negative thoughts. Anytime you find yourself, I don't care if you're thinking it or if you're saying negative things about yourself, I want you to literally create at least 5 mantras that you can literally say over and over. You driving, you say these things to yourself. It's better than listen to the radio. Start saying these mantras to yourself. This is your life that you're creating, people. You're creating an amazing life, man. And I want you to really speak it into being. Nothing happened until you change. So my focus for this entire program, the whole mission of Heaven on Earth International, is to get you to change. Because you know what? The one thing you can control is yourself. You can't control people. You can't control all the other elements. But what you can control is you, man. And that's why I say, literally, I'm taking you to you university. I want you to master yourself. And the more you master yourself, everything else comes easier with time. So anyways, visualization is the first way to stay motivated. Positive self-talk using mantras, and find sources of inspiration. I think you should have at least 3 to 4 people that you can listen to that will help you to stay motivated. Because again, without motivation, you would not take the actions that are necessary. As far as next segment here was talking about, I'm going to find somewhere to upload this. We'll probably put it on the website so that you can actually download it later, because I think this is pretty cool. And I know you probably can't see it right now, But there's people that, even though we've only been doing this heaven and earth, acquiring members and sharing and helping people, we're definitely, I look at everybody that's a member of our organization as a growth partner, because here's the deal. Listen to me. I'm growing myself, people. Like every single day for me, this is practice. Me doing this live webinar right now, this is me practicing. Every single day, everything I do is practice, because I'm staying in line with my purpose. My purpose is, it's like I know what I'm here for. I'm here to bring about the greatest financial wave in the entire history of this world. I know that. And how do I do that? By creating a million millionaires. So instead of me trying to get busy trying to teach people a million ways how to make money, there's plenty of sources for that. See, I understand that the source of all of this, people, is you. Is you mastering you. See, when you master you, it's like when you become successful yourself, then anything you touch, you have the Midas touch, people, is that as you develop yourself and you master yourself, then anything you touch must turn to success. Why? Because you are success. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you're working on developing and mastering as you become a member of an organization. And think about it. You've been this way for some people. I mean, I'm 42 years old. I've been the way I've been for 38 years, 40 years, you know what I mean? Before I really aggressively started changing. So my point is that you can't expect that your life is going to transform overnight. Like, this is no get rich quick or change your life overnight. I don't even want to sell you that, because that's BS. It's not going to work. I'm telling you what the real deal is, people, is that you must be willing. First of all, you must understand that the world mirrors you. So what happened is, if you want to change your surrounding, you have to change you first. So everything that I'm teaching you and I'm sharing with you is working on yourself, because as you work on self, then the world follows suit. Everything around you changes as you develop yourself. So therefore, why worry about trying to change the world when all you have to do is change and master you? Because when you master you, then the world, like I said, is a reflection of who you are on the inside. So get busy working on who you are. That's more or less what I'm saying. Success stories we're posting on the website or whatnot. I mean, I'm all about just really transforming people's life, people. Like, let me tell you, I'll share this with you real quick. Like, this for me is no hobby. This is my life's purpose, people. Like, I do these videos every single day because I really am here to change the world. Like, I believe it, just like I'm staring at this screen right now. And even though I can't see you, facials and stuff for it. But my point that I'm trying to get at, man, is that this for me, this is my life. You know what I'm saying? I really, every single day, my mission, my purpose is, how can I help people to change their life? I'm changing my life every single day, people. Every month you look up, I'm changing. Whether you see it or not, I'm growing every single day. I'm evolving. I'm growing. Why? Because I'm extremely intentional about taking actions on a daily basis to get my life to the next level. And I want you to do the exact same. Anyways, one of the ways as you become a member that you'll be able to benefit from this is with our school platform. You can join for free today. So that way you can start taking advantage of our empowered mind system, which is the 4-phase process that I was telling you that every member must go through, because that's the phase that I've not only gone through, but I'm still continuously on an everyday basis is always working on one of these 4 elements. My affirmations, that's number 1. That's the first phase, is you consistently find areas of your life that you see the vision of what you want it to be, and affirm it. I am grateful now that I am blank, and affirm it. I got at least 25, 30 affirmations now. I started off with 5. So that's the first phase. The second phase, again, of our empowered mind system, is you must develop the characteristic of a great leader. And then the third phase is where you're going to develop the habits of a great leader. See, here's the thing for me. Once you get in a habit of making your actions that you must take to get the results you want, turn those actions into your daily habit and routine, then it just makes sense, really, that you are successful, because you're doing the things that somebody that amazing life that you want. If you're doing those amazing actions right now, then those become a habit a lot sooner than later. That's what I'm trying to get at. And that's the winning routine. That's how you manifest whatever it is that you want. Another thing you get by being a member of an organization is you get to join our weekly webinar, which we have every Thursday, 6 p.m. I'm sorry, I get somebody popping in here. Powerful. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Next, but then that's the weekly sessions every Thursday. And the most important part of it, people, is that listen, we're creating this. You know, back in August, September last year, we didn't have nothing. You know, it was just me and Aaron, you know, and look, man, now we got members, I don't know, 15, 16. And I know as time goes by, especially as people really see how real this is, man, that we're simply real with you people. Like we're creating our amazing lives right in front of you. You know, you're watching us do it. It's like I was thinking about it the other day. How cool would it be if we had the opportunity to watch like Bill Gates or, you know, the guy that created Apple or any one of those guys and literally watch them on a daily basis go from where they were back then to being the, you know, the accomplished person that they are right now. Now, obviously, that's just one dimension of talking about finances. I'm not just talking about finances here, people. Your life is spiritual. You got to understand this. It's like there's three dimensions here. The spiritual part of it, like, you know, I want to touch on that briefly for a second. It's like, again, I share with you, I've never really been much of a religious person, not really a big church goer, but this just shows you how the power of God works, man. God can use anybody. You know what I'm saying? If he chose me, not if, he chose me to do this. So it's like, listen, he could choose. There's how many other people out here that got great God-given talent, man, that, you know, God want to use. He can use anybody. You just got to allow him to use you. So spirituality wise, it's like, you know, it's like I want you to get busy exploring that. And I'm going to share with you how you do that, people. You really got to start asking yourself these questions. Who are you? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? You're not your body. You're not the roles you play. You're a husband, you're a wife, you're, you know, an employee, a business owner. Those are all roles, man. You got to really dig deeper than that and start figuring out like who you are. See, I've been on that journey. I know who I am. It took me a long time to get there, but you know, it's like I became my soul, which is the spirit of God, on January 15th, you know, and I'll always share this experience. These are dates that I want you to realize that as you go on your journey, you're going to find these milestones for yourself. Is that as you ask the question, who are you? And you start digging deeper and deeper and deeper into that, then it's like, you know, the answers will reveal themselves to you over time. You know, it really will. But what you're going to come to the conclusion at the end of the day, and everybody to a degree believe this, but it's like there's a gap for some reason. Everybody do accept the fact that they have a soul inside of them. Then the question you got to ask yourself is, what is your soul? You know, last July I was in New York when I figured it out. It was like, okay, well, my soul is the spirit of God, you know what I'm saying, that reside inside of me. And it's like you can either choose to be your body, which is really just your flesh, your bodysuit, or you can choose to be your spirit. See, most people, and even for myself, for most of my life, I've always choose to be my body. And it's like I'm just dragging my body through this, you know, cycle of life. You know, a child, an adult, go through the thing, just going through the phase of just man-made rules and so forth. But when you tap into who you are, which is the spirit of God that lives inside of you, which is what you call your soul, then it's like, that's when you really know who you are, people, because you are the spirit of God that lives inside of you, you know? And when you embrace that and accept that that's your reality, and I'm gonna tell you something, man, like, you know, I always share it like this because listen, people, I ain't shame enough of, man. Listen to me. It was January 15th. I was laying in bed meditating like I do every single night. That's another thing. You got to meditate a lot, people. I meditate a minimum of 2 hours a day. Every night before I go to bed, I lay there in bed and I meditate. You can put on audio if you want to, whatever works. But get in the habit of meditating because that's when I practice my imagination, visualizing the future that I want. But anyways, I was there meditating January 15th and I was in bed and one of the topic that came up, and that's when I learned the lesson initially about that there's levels to believe, you know, it's like the spirit was showing me, it's like, okay, I knew that I was on my soul since last July. And even though I believed that I am my soul, I didn't really embrace and own that I was my soul until January 15th. And when I did that, people, was the most powerful experience. I couldn't stop crying for over 5 minutes, man. It's like when the spirit take control of you and you really allow the spirit to really, have it like use you. It's like it was one of the most powerful experiences I've ever had in my life, man. And it's like, it's like knowing who I am is one of the most powerful thing, man, that you can ever experience. And truly and dearly, it's like I want everybody to experience that, because when you come to the conclusion that you are the spirit of God that's inside of you and not your bodysuit, then you realize you operate different and people in the world respond to you different. So, anyways, that's that where you get. As far as joining our communities, you get those three things. You're going to learn the Empowered Mind System. You get to participate weekly in our weekly webinar, and you have a community of like-minded people who is literally on their journey creating their amazing life on this earth. To me, that's what heaven and earth looks like. It's like at the end of the day, you don't need to die for it to happen. You can have that right here. That's what the Spirit is showing me to give to you, is to help you tap into your spirituality, becoming your soul. And I'm telling you, you will have just the feeling alone, regardless of what's happening, whether things are great or not great. The one thing that stays the same is that I'm always genuinely happy inside, and I love to give and share and help people. And that's one of the natural things or reaction that's going to happen as you really work on your spirituality, people. Anyway, some next step. Let's jump into this. So number one, here's what you need to do. How do you change your life right now? Join us. Become a member of our organization. Why? Because why not? How much years have gone by where you have goals that you want to pursue and you've done nothing with them? Just like most people that set New Year's resolution that they forget about by March. Listen to me. I want 2024 to be your best year yet. And how do we make that happen? Number one, join our organization. How do you do it? Go to oldstucker.com. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. Join us. Become a member. Number two, we're going to help you to set goals. We have templates and stuff in place to help you create goals that, you can feel passionate about. And number three is that we're going to help you to implement taking action on a weekly basis. As you join us weekly, you're going to find yourself taking more action, because it's like you come back to the community where we encourage you and inspire you to do amazing things with your life. Number four is obviously, you get to engage with others, because again, you can do a lot of things by yourself, but I promise you, when you have a whole community of like-minded people that's pursuing their goals, we're not here to judge nobody, man. Listen to me. No matter how crazy your goals seem, the number one thing you can do is this. People always say the graveyard is the wealthiest place on this earth, and nobody take accountability for that. I'm going to tell you this. I've learned I don't care how crazy a person's goals seem, just because you don't understand it. For one, God didn't give you the vision. They gave it to them. Who are you to be discouraging people? Encourage people, man. Simply, it's nothing for you to say, hey, you know what? You seem real passionate about that, man. I believe in you. I think it can happen. What does it cost you to say that? The reason why a lot of people take their goals to the graves is because people, as the way the system is set up right now, is that people don't encourage, they don't inspire each other. We're looking to change that here at Heaven and Earth Internationals. I don't care how crazy your goals seem, even to me, is that couple ingredients I look for is if you're passionate about it and you're taking action about it, you're visualizing what you want, then man, you're 90% there. The rest is time, So I just really want you to work on that. With that being said, people, I think we're at the Q&A section right now. I know I've been rambling, going on for a while, but listen, I'm open for questions. Let's go. What you got? Aaron, can you hear me? Just getting started, man. All right. I can't hear nobody right now, but if you got a question, you can type it in the chat and I'll see it. And then I'll go ahead and answer it. Yeah, I can't hear nobody. I hope you guys heard me, though. Okay, Roxy, I see you over there. See Aaron, Nick, I see you, buddy, as usual, blowing up the chat, man. I love it. Good stuff, big boss. I love it. And when that make it fun. Cool. All right. Anybody got any question? I got you. Amen to that, Nick. Amen. Like you said, bro, we definitely have just begun, man. Listen, I say this in a nutshell, man, is that, listen, we are literally here, guys, creating an amazing life, man. And listen to me. I've learned this, and this is one of the most powerful lessons I have, and I want to share with you people. So it's this. What I've learned, people say it, don't judge a book by the cover, but I'll tell you this. It's like the people that look the part, sound the part, or even act the part is not always the people that really who gets it done, man. I've learned is that, what I've learned is basically that for me, I go off a feeling is I really watch people, and the people that are a great student that's willing to put in the work and go for it. I'm like, man, let's go. I work with that person any day versus the people who think they got it. They know everything. They're not growing. You in life, you either moving backwards or forwards, man. So it's like you want to keep learning every single day, keep moving forward. I'm not here to look pretty, people. I'm here to deliver this passion and this information to you. You know what I mean? How do you become a member? Go to otistucker.com, OTISTUCKER.com. Go to otistucker.com or Google Otis Tucker Trillionaire. Watch the videos. Follow me on TikTok, YouTube, the whole nine. But the bottom line, people, is get the information, change, and transform your life. All right. Anyways, with that being said, man, that's it on my end, guys. If we ain't got nothing else, then we'll go ahead and end it here. Actually, I'll end with a prayer. All right. If there's no more question, I'm gonna go ahead and just pray that we'll just end it here. Any more question? One last time. All right, no question. Let's rock and roll. All right, Father God, I want to take this time just to give you all the glory and praise. Thank you for using me as a vessel to deliver your message to these people in this world. I pray that you'll guide them, protect them from any harm or danger, and especially ill will, Father God. I pray and rebuke any negative spirit or negative energy from these people's lives. I pray most important, Father God, that you lead them to their purpose that you have for them in this beautiful world. I pray that you will have your way in their lives, Father God. Amen and amen. Hey, y'all have an amazing day, man. Y'all take care. How do I end it? Okay, I don't know how to end it, but I'm just going to close the window. All right, guys, y'all take, okay, end stream. I see it now. Boom.